Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful elect Akim out there, pushing this word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah has created us to do, so he can wake up and seal the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and also you Israelites who are scattered amongst the heathen nations that may look like the heathen nations, but your father's seed line of your lineage goes back to you being a so-called black, Hispanic, Native American, or Seminole Indian, one of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Nay, Shalom. It's your brother Halak here from the GMS Denver camp, coming back once again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shah, with another lesson. And we're going to start right here in Jeremiah 50 and 45. It says, Therefore hear ye the counsel of Yahweh, that he have taken against Babylon, and Babylon the great is America. That's what this place is known as in the Bible, Babylon the great. It says what? In his purposes, that he had purposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. The least of the flock being the Israelis, the 1948ers. You see, because what's happening right now on the earth, we see, as it's always been, America and the state of Israel basically joined at the hip, with America being one of the biggest allies to the state of Israel. And that's all biblical. It's all prophetic. It's all according to the Most High's will, because the least of the flock, the state of Israel, is going to draw America into full-fledged World War III. That's what's going to happen. They're about to draw America into a full-fledged conflict, you see, with Russia, as we're going to see in this article. Let's keep going, though. So Jeremiah 50 and 45, it says, Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. That's the state of Israel. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them, because we see the state of Israel poking and prodding at Iran. They're making threats toward Iran, you see. And it's going to escalate, because that's what the Most High's will is. That's what he wants to happen. And it's going to happen to fulfill prophecy. So with America backing Israel the way it does, they're going to be okay with Israel bombing Iran, so forth and so on. But that's going to bring Russia into the mix, because the biggest ally to Iran is who? The Russians, man. And once again, it's going to lead up to full-fledged war breaking out in the earth, World War III. That's what's coming. This is what's brewing up. We're on the pathway to World War III. This is what's coming. And in the midst of World War III, America is going to be completely and utterly destroyed by way of nuclear fire, to never be inhabited again, as is laid out in prophecy. In the land of Israel, the promised land is going to be completely burned up by way of fire as well. And then that land is going to be built, as is laid out in prophecy, according to the Most High's will. You see? Now, I have an article here from End Time Headlines. It says what? Netanyahu vows to finish the job against Iran with support for Trump. It's all prophetic, man. This is prophecy. You see, he vows to finish the job, right? And this is the man that's set up to lead America into World War III. And this goofy is going to follow him right into it, because at the end of the day, it's biblical prophecy, man. Now let's read. It says, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has pledged to finish the job against Iran, emphasizing strong support from U.S. President Donald Trump. The declaration came during a meeting in Jerusalem with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, marking Rubio's inaugural visit to the region since assuming office. Both leaders underscored their commitment to countering Iran's nuclear ambitions and regional influence, because what? The Israelis are scared of Iran getting a bomb. You see, they're terrified of it. And every time you see Benjamin Netanyahu at the UN, that's what he's crying and complaining about. You see? which is a strike against those people being the true people, because if they were the true Israelites, they wouldn't have any fear. No one would be terrorizing them. They wouldn't be in such an uproar, have such a hard on to try to destroy Iranian nuclear sites if these were the true chosen people. Because it tells us in prophecy that when the Israelites go home, they're going to return home and be in rest. Is that not what it says in prophecy? That's exactly what it says. And these prophecies just go to show, it exposes the lies that these people have propagated all throughout the world about them being the chosen people, because they don't add up to what prophecy says, man. And this is why it's so important to understand what's written in prophecy. You see, so you can have an understanding of what's going on in the world, man. And this understanding has been given unto us from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah to see through these things. I want to get a couple real quick. Let's get Amos 3:7. It says what? Surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. Everything is being made known unto us, man. You see what's going on in the world. You see who these people really are. How it's really supposed to play out according to what's written in biblical prophecy. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah has given us the understanding of all that through his son Yahweh Shah by way of the Holy Spirit. You see, so we understand and know how this thing is about to play out. We understand what the future holds. We understand what it's going to be once Esau empire falls, and that's all because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah has revealed it unto us as prophets. You see? Now let's show you. Let's get one real quick and show you what it's supposed to be, right? Because it shouldn't be no threat from nuclear. It shouldn't be no threat from 30 and 10. Yep. There should be no threat from Iran toward the state of Israel. These people are the Israelites as they say they are. Because prophecy lets us know that when the true Israelites return back to the land, what is going to be. This is Jeremiah 30 and 10. It tells us, therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. That's another strike toward those people, because when did the Most High return? You see, when did the Most High send his son Yahweh Shah back to deliver those Israelis from captivity as is laid out in prophecy? That hasn't happened yet. Why? It's because they're not the Israelites. We go into this all the time, man. And this is what, and people are like, why does that matter? Because it's all about prophecy. You see, these people have told this fucking lie for generations on end. You see? And the world has accepted it as truth. But now that the truth is being made manifest, we have to continue to go into these things to expose the lie that these people have told. Prophecy says what it says, and that's what it's going to be. And when you look at those people over there proclaiming to be the chosen people, who are going by the name Israeli, and that ain't Israeli is found nowhere in the Bible. That's some shit they came up with. You see, when you go and line up prophecy beside these people, they don't add up to being the Israelites. That's why it matters. You see? It's all for truth's sake, man. So it says that when the Messiah returns, he's going to gather the Israelites, beginning with the elect, from their captivity. And this is laid out all throughout the Bible according to what the Most High has spoken. Right? Now, when we return back to our land, because we are the true Israelites, you see, when we return back, it tells us what's going to happen. And Jacob shall return and shall be in rest and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid. You see that? So if these people were the true Israelites, they shouldn't be worried about any war. Hell, according to prophecy, there shouldn't even be a World War III if these people are who they say they are. You see, 1948 should have been the end of all wars and conflicts on the earth, as it tells us in prophecy. But we haven't seen that happen yet, because these people are not who they say they are. They are not the Israelites. Just got to make that point real quick. We just have to bring that out. Right? Now, matter of fact, and let's get this in the NLT real quick. Wrong one. NLT. Translation comparison. NLT. Jeremiah 30 and 10 in the NLT, it tells us what? So do not be afraid, Jacob, my servant. Do not be dismayed, Israel, says Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. For I will bring you home again from distant lands, and your children will return from their exile. Israel will return to a life of peace and quiet, and no one will terrorize them. Do we see that happening in the state of Israel ever since 1948? No, we have not. It's because these people who are over there calling themselves the Israelis, they are not the true chosen people of the Bible. They are Edomites, as it tells us in Ezekiel 36:5, that have taken the Most High's land into their possession with the joy of all their heart, with the spiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. That's who these people are. Imposters, posers, phonies, committing the biggest form of identity theft the world has ever seen. You see that? This is why they're over there being terrorized. This is why they have no peace over there, and they're constantly running into these fucking bomb shelters. You see constant mortars firing, so forth and so on. That's why all that's happening, is because they're not who they say they are. Now, we go back to the article. It goes on to say what? Yeah. So right here, it says both leaders underscored their commitment to countering Iran's nuclear ambitions and regional influence. Netanyahu highlighted the unified stance of Israel and the U.S. in preventing Iran from obtaining nuclear weapons and curbing its aggression. Well, if you are who you say you are, and going back into the land in 1948 to establish the state of Israel, if that's the fulfillment of the Israelites returning home, there should be no more weapons of war. Is that not what's said in prophecy? Yes or no? Of course that's what's said in prophecy. Let's show you real quick. Let's show you what the prophecy says is supposed to happen. Now, when you go into this, it goes into the order that's going to be established on the earth once the true Israelites are returned back to their land by way of our Lord Yahweh Shah. Right? So now it tells us that the nations are going to come and learn the laws from us. You can go and read it. The heathen nations are going to come to the land of Israel to learn the laws from the Israelites. Right? Now, when you get down here to verse 4, it tells us what the condition on the earth is going to be. And this is talking about the kingdom of heaven, by the way. You see, a future prophecy of what's going to happen after Esau empire falls, right? Now, Isaiah 2:4 tells us what? And he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people. Why? Because we're going to have to raise the heathen up in the ways of righteousness. Something else we don't see those people doing. We don't see these people fulfilling that prophecy of pushing forth the righteous word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah from the land of Israel. We don't see that happening. Why isn't it happening? It should have been happening ever since 1948, right? But it hasn't. Once again, it's because these people are not who they proclaim to be. And that's the truth of the matter. And now that this truth is coming out, you got these fucking Amalekites that have come up to the camp. You see? Listen to what we're saying. And as soon as they come up, we tell them right to their face, you are not the chosen people. You are not the Israelites. You're imposters. You're Edomites. And what do they scream? Anti-Sem. That's their fucking defense mechanism. Anti-Sem. Well, guess what, motherfucker? We're Shemites as well. And it's not Sem, it's Shem. One of the three sons of Noah, who our lineage runs through. We're Shemites as well. You see? Right along with the Moabites and the Ammonites. They're Shemites. If I ain't mistaken, is Elam Shem as well? But you have to go back through that rundown of the nations, man. Because these are not the only Shemites on the earth. These Israelis. There are multiple nations that come from Shem when you go back into the history. You see, and that's the shit they can pull because people are ignorant to the truth of what's laid out in the Bible, man. And this is why we've been raised up through the Holy Spirit in these last days to give the truth of the matter, man. You see, the truth is being declared and all the lies are being cast down, and they can no longer hide behind this fucking lie that they're the Israelis the Israelites, because we can go right here in biblical prophecy through the Holy Spirit and show you what it's supposed to be according to what the Most High has spoken. And we know and understand that this book is the word of the Most High, and we find his will laid out in it. And if he said that he's going to do something, there's going to be a certain way, you see, that is going to come to pass. That's what it's going to be. And if that has not been fulfilled yet, somebody lying. And we know for damn sure it ain't the Most High. You see, how do we know the Most High ain't lying? Because it tells us in the scriptures. That's where you get all the answers from. Numbers 23 and 19, real quick. It tells us what? The Most High is not a man that he should lie, neither the Son of Man that he should repent. Hath he said, and shall he not do it? Or hath he spoken, and shall he not make it good? There it is. The Most High does not lie. He's laid out how this thing is going to play out. You see? It's already been laid out from the beginning. And if you're proclaiming to be the Israelites, you have to fulfill the words that the Most High spoke about the Israelites, and you don't fulfill that. Why? It's because you are not the Israelites. This is why you're worried about Iran having nuclear weapons. You see, you're in a state of fear because you're not at rest, because you're not the people the Most High promised rest to. The Most High promised rest to his people, the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Not the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Esau. Peace wasn't promised to the Edomites. And it tells you that in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, that was compiled by Edomites. You see? That Esau figures prominently in end-time prophecy. They're the only neighbor of the Israelites who have not been promised any mercy. You see? This is why you have no peace. And like the Bible tells you, there shall be no peace to the wicked. That's why you're in a constant state of fear. These devils are scared of their own shadows, man. But we go on. I could get another one on that, but that makes the point. The Most High don't lie, man. It's going to be what we find written in this book. And if you don't fulfill the prophecies written about that people, the Israelites, you see, that lets us know that you are not the Israelites. You don't check the boxes, man. Point blank, period. But let's keep going. Because we just got in Jeremiah 30 and 10 what it's supposed to be. They're supposed to be at peace. They shouldn't even be worrying about nothing like this, because this shouldn't even be a thing in the earth. Oh, that's right. Call Allah Yabashimel Shat the water. Isaiah 2 and 4 tells us what? And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. You see that? All this iron and steel they use to make these weapons, all that's going to be repurposed in the kingdom of heaven. This is what should have been done in 1948. All the weapons that we see on the earth, all that material they're made out of, should have been repurposed for agriculture tools, for plowshares, pruning hooks, shovels, spears, mallets, sledgehammers, whatever you need to do manual labor, pickaxes and fucking whatever. That's what that stuff should have been repurposed for. But everywhere we look, we see what? Nothing but weapons of war being constructed still. Gun shops everywhere. They're constantly updating weapons. This shouldn't even be a thing in the earth if they're the chosen people and they return back home in 1948. It should be peace. How do we know? Because it tells us right here in prophecy that what? Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. But here we are in 2025 on the brink of World War III. Come on, man. This is what's told us in prophecy, and we know that this is the word of the Most High, and this is what it's going to be. This is what it should have been in 1948, but we didn't see this come to pass because what? These people who proclaim to be the chosen people are not. The Israelites, us so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, we're still in captivity waiting for the Messiah to save us, as is laid out in prophecy. You see? But we go back to the article. Got the point. It says what? Netanyahu highlighted the unified stance of Israel and the U.S. in preventing Iran from obtaining nuclear weapons and curbing its aggression. And that's the devil for you, especially those fucking Amalekites. You see, they go on a rampage and are the aggressor continually pouring fuel on the fire, but they'll spin this bullshit as if they're the victims. As if they're being done wrong. Look at what they did on the Gaza Strip, man. Bombed that place to oblivion. You see? Over some fabricated hostage situation. so they can be justified in going in there and acting as if they're defending their honor or defending themselves. No, man. The reason that area of the earth is in turmoil is because those people are over there causing problems, man. They're the problem. You see that state with the blue, the white and blue flag with that blue ass star in the middle. They are the problem. You see, and they're the ones that's gonna walk this country of America, or Babylon the Great, into World War III full fledged, man. Just watch. It says what? It goes on. In the aftermath of the recent Gaza conflict, Netanyahu credited Israeli actions bolstered by U.S. support. You see, and delivering significant setbacks to Iran. And we know and understand that the shit they did in Gaza, the entire world spoke out against that shit, man. They even said that Netanyahu was committing, or the state of Israel was committing war crimes by doing what they were doing, man. They were bombing hospitals, bombing women and children, all type of shit. Bombing the U.S. aid, the UN aid workers. They supposed to be off limits. Showing that these people don't give a fuck about none of the rules they've laid out. They're just doing whatever they want to do. Right? Now it goes on to say, he announced the deployment of a negotiating team to Cairo to advance the initial phase of the ceasefire established on January 19th. This move aims to address critical issues such as the release of hostages and territorial de-escalation. But the thing is, if you were so concerned about the hostages, why the fuck are you going on a bomb rampage, blowing everything to smithereens, man? Showing you that they don't really give a damn about no hostages, if there even are hostages. You see, they're using this shit as an excuse and a justification to commit ethnic cleansing, man. They're committing genocide. That's what they're doing. And the U.S. is right there backing them up and condoning it. Now it goes on to say, President Trump's Middle East policy has been marked by assertive strategies, including a controversial proposal to redevelop Gaza without allowing the return of its displaced Palestinian population. You see this shit? I mean, the land doesn't belong to either of those nations who are over there. But this shit is crazy. They go turn it into a fucking tourist attraction and say, to hell with the Palestinians. This is what their plan is, right? It says, this plan has faced criticism from Palestinian leaders and regional allies who view it as a potential threat to Palestinian independence and regional stability. In response to Netanyahu's statements, Iran's foreign ministry dismissed the threats from Israel and the U.S., asserting that such actions violate international law and would be ineffective against Tehran. Despite facing challenges, Iran maintains its stance against Western pressures, even as its regional influence has been tested by recent events, including the fall of its ally, Bashar al-Assad in Syria. The situation remains fluid, with ongoing negotiations and international scrutiny shaping the future of the region. And once they start to fucking really go at Iran super hard, you're going to have Russia step up to defend. And that's laid out right here in biblical prophecy. So this is another step in the path of on the path to World War III. So this is Ezekiel 38. Goddamn. Ezekiel 38. And 2 it says, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. And now this is talking to the Russians, right? It says, verse 3, and say, thus saith the Lord of power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and bring thee forth all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. So the Most High has turned Russia back and poured that spirit of war into them. And this is why they're developing weapon technologies that the West can't keep up with. You see, namely, the hypersonic ICBM missile. a technology that America doesn't have yet, man. See, that technology was given to the Russians by the Most High. Even though they're Edomites, the Most High is using these Russians for his purpose, to fulfill his will. And with that being what? The spearheading the complete and utter destruction of the land of America. And all these provocation, all these different tensions between Israel and Iran is going to continue to build up until what? Full-fledged war breaks out, and you're going to have Russia right there to stand up and guard the Iranians, man. You see? It's not a coincidence that America and Israel is tied to the hip. I mean, I was connected at the hip, and there's no coincidence that Iran and Russia are connected at the hip. Those nations figure prominently in the prophecy that's going to lead up to what? World War III popping off in the earth. You see? Now it goes on to talk about the great company that's joined unto Russia, going into what? His allies, right? Now the first ally on the list for Russia is who? Persia, which are the Iranians, man. Because before they started calling themselves the Iranians, they were known as Persians, right? Let's see. Can we look this up? Oh yeah, I'm tripping. Persia, right? Come here. God damn it. Come here. Where you at? Yep. I wonder if it gives us the answer here. We're probably gonna have to look it up in So it says Persia, pure or splendid, the empire of Persia, territory of India, So it don't tell us right here, but we can do this. Come on, man. Thank you. Website. Persia, right? Look at that. Persia is the historic name for the region of southwestern Asia that is now Iran. You see that? You see? So, one of Russia's chief allies is who? Persia or Iran. Then it goes on to name a few more. Ethiopia and Libya with them. All of them with shield in heaven. And that goes into those Hamite nations. And we've seen a couple years back where Vladimir Putin, he invited like 50 presidents from different countries in Africa, and they were making all type of arms deals and agreements. He was selling them all type of weapons and shit. It was like a whole convention. He just hosted them and let them come and wear their own national attire and all type of shit. It was a big, a bonding event, basically. And that showed that what? Russia is set up to be a guard unto them. He's defending them. You see? All of them clothed with all sorts of armor, and even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. That goes into the weaponry, which is being supplied by who? The Russians, man. You see? Just like you see America backing up the state of Israel the way they're doing, Russia is doing the same thing for their allies. You see, and their allies are doing the same thing for Russia. Now it goes on to say, Ezekiel 38:5, it says, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togomar of the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. And that goes into Turkey, which at the moment is a part of the United Nations. But you have tensions between the U.S. and Turkey right now. And you have Turkey calling out Israel on all the bullshit they're doing. And Turkey is siding with their Muslim brothers. So guess what that sets up? It sets that up for prophecy to come to pass. Oh, you had the situation with when America first finished it, when they first started producing the F-35s, you had Turkey buy a few of them. and America reneged on the deal, and they kept the money. So this it's been bad blood brewing between Babylon the Great and Turkey for a long time now. And with America backing Israel the way it does, that relationship between the U.S. and Turkey is not going to be mended at all. You're going to see Turkey's side with Russia and its allies, as is laid out in prophecy. You see, in let's see real quick. Why the fuck they spell that shit like that? Yup. Look at that. As of 2025, Turkey's active military is estimated to be 355,200 personnel. This makes Turkey the 8th most powerful military in the world. Now imagine that military joining forces with Russia and China and North Korea and Iran and hey, the Most High he's setting the teams in place, man. You see, and guess what? It's gonna be even more people that's gonna join the side of Russia and its allies. Even the EU is going to turn against America, man. And all that's laid out in prophecy. And we see it being manifested right before our eyes. This stance that these American elected officials are taking, beginning with Donald Trump, this America first, nation first stance, is rubbing the allies of America the wrong way. You just had J.D. Vance go to some European summit meeting, man, and he was just talking shit to the European nations, and that was rubbing the allies of America the wrong way. Why is all this happening? It's all happening to fulfill prophecy, man. Because even the allies of America are gonna turn upon this place, and when it's finally all said and done, it's only gonna be America and the state of Israel against the rest of the world. Oh man, hey, we telling you what's coming, man, all through the Holy Spirit. This is what it's gonna be. Now we back in Ezekiel 38:7, and it's beautiful to see. This thing is happening right before us, man. It's all coming to pass. And like I said, with Israel poking and prodding and causing tensions to rise in that region, it's gonna be like a vacuum effect. It's gonna suck the nations into that area to fight World War III. And that's laid out in prophecy. We'll get that next. Ezekiel 38:7, it says, "Be thou prepared, and prepare thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them." And that's what's going to be done with this whole situation of America back in Israel with just full force. You see? These motherfuckers going to be joined hand in hand unto destruction. Now just watch. If they continue to ramp up their aggression towards Iran, and they start bombing inside of Iran as they say they're gonna do, you're gonna see Russia step up to the plate. Just trust and believe, and they're gonna be a guard unto Iran. Now, all this is happening because it's leading up to the nations being gathered, man. You see. Right? Oh no, I'm tripping. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 9. It says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong." And this is what's going on right now in that area of basically Western Asia. You see the tensions rising because the Most High is causing an event to take place. He's causing once again it's gonna be a fucking vacuum, which is being kicked up by the Israelis, and it's gonna cause all the nations to be drawn over there into that area. You see that? This is why you see the nation spending so much on their defenses, man. Developing new weapons for war. You see that? All this is happening because this is what the Most High wants. The Most High is walking the heathen nations into World War III. You see? And the state of Israel is going to be the fucking spark in the powder keg, man. Now it goes on to say, so we see them, instead of investing into their agriculture and building up their societies, making everything more comfortable for their people, then everybody's in the spirit of spending on war. That's all you see. Developing more missiles, more powerful warheads, more powerful whatever. Everything. They're just investing in war. You see? But this is all the Most High's will, because it's going to lead up to these nations going into that area to be judged by Yahweh Shah when he returns, as it tells you in 2 Esdras 13. It also tells you that in this chapter as well. So Joel 3:11 says, "Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah." And that's when Yahweh Shah and the angels are going to come down from the heavens. And Yahweh Shah is going to blow the nation's militaries to smithereens, man. Like Ezra told us in 2 Esdras 13, all he saw was dust and the smell of smoke. That's what Yahweh Shah is going to do to the nation's militaries. You see? But this is what's coming. So it goes on to say in verse 12, "Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat," which goes into Yahweh's judgment. "For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about." There it is. This is what these different things right here is going to lead up to, man. You see, because this devil ain't gonna stop. I thought I could make this shit bigger. This guy with the red tie on, the devil, he's not gonna stop, man. You see? So we got that now. Right? I want to get Jeremiah. Was it let me see. I think it's 50. Start at verse 9. Yep. So with the nations being gathered, man, you're gonna see basically the nations assemble to war against America and the state of Israel. Now it goes on to tell us that what? Jeremiah 50:9, "For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon," which is America, "an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrow shall be as a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain." So you're going to see the nations join their collective power to come up against America. You see? And they're going to all fire their nuclear weapons upon this place. The state of that land, that promised land, is going to be hit as well. And that's just to be purified. But America is going to be completely and utterly destroyed by way of that nuclear fire to never be inhabited again. This is what's coming. And this is all coming because this is a punishment from the Almighty God Yahweh for what has been done unto us so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians in this land. You see? This is what this type of shit here is going to lead up to. Now it goes on to say, verse 10, "And Chaldea shall be a spoil. All that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah. Because ye were glad, because ye rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine heritage, because ye are grown fat as in heifer grass, and bellow as bulls." So this is all recompense and repayment for what you have done unto his people. Now verse 12 tells us what? "Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare ye shall be ashamed." And that goes into what? Great Britain, because that's where America is spawned from. You see? That's the mother of this place. And once again, the allies of America are going to come up against this place as well. It says what? "Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert." That's what America is going to become. This is what this relationship is about to lead to. America becoming a complete desolation, all according to biblical prophecy. And how is that going to be done? Because the nations are going to fire their nuclear weaponry upon this land, man, to burn up everything that you see around you. From the north to the south, from the east to the west, everything is going to be completely and utterly engulfed in nuclear fire and flame. Judgment. That's how America ends. For all of you people out here screaming, make America great again, you don't understand what the fuck is about to happen. Now it goes on to say, verse 13, because of the wrath of Yahweh, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon, which is America, shall be astonished, and hiss at all her plagues thereof. You see that? Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow. And that goes into what? All the nations that have nuclear capability, the Most High is going to put it on their spirit to come up against this place. Even the allies of America, as it tells you in Revelation 17. You see? Jeremiah 15:14 tells us what? But put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow. Shoot at her. Spare no arrows. Those arrows represents those ICBM missiles. You see? And why is the Most High having this happen? It tells us what? For she have sinned against Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. How is that being done? Look at the policies of this place. Look at the way the people are allowed to act in this place. There is no law and order according to the scriptures being established. Everything in the land of America, everything they push, everything they're about, everything they propagate, it's all about rebellion against the Most High. They raped, robbed, and murdered the Most High's people in this land. And they scoff at it and turn their nose up to it as if it's some type of light thing they've done. So this is why Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is bringing the judgment the way he's bringing the judgment. This is why the America and the people in it are about to suffer the wrath of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai in the full force of it. You see, because what they have done unto us here in this place. You see? Now it goes on to say, verse 15, shout against her round about. She hath given her hand, her foundations are fallen, her walls are thrown down, for it is the vengeance of Yahweh. Take vengeance upon her, as she have done, do unto her. And man, the Most High is going to pour a heavy spirit of wrath and revenge upon these heathen nations, because America has fucked everyone over. You see? And it's just going to get worse. Just wait and see. It's just going to get worse. You're going to see more of these proud-ass American elected officials, all at these different summit meetings, talking shit to their allies. You're going to see the state of Israel causing more fucking tensions in West Asia, fucking with Iran. Just watch. Just watch. And when that time comes for these nations to fire off this weaponry, they're going to be glad to do it. Trust and believe, man, because the world is fed up with America and the state of Israel. You see? But that's it right there. Let me get and we're ending on this one, man. Isaiah, because I didn't even want to go this long. Isaiah 13, because this is what it all leads to, man. We're telling you. We are telling you, and for all you dumbass America screaming this, we stand with Israel. We stand with it. Okay. We gonna see. We shall see if you're going to have that same stance when this thing fully pops off. You see? Now Isaiah 13:17 tells us what? Behold, I will stir up the Medes, which are the Russians, against them. Against who? Against Babylon. They shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eye shall not spare children. So when these missiles are shot off, they're not going to give a damn about who you are. If you're not covered in the blood of Yahweh Shai to be that elect that's going to be taken up into that chariot to escape this destruction, especially the destruction that's coming to America, your ass is finished. You're going to be cooked in that fire, man. And Lord willing, we be a part of that number to be taken up out of here once the Most High finally allows those missiles to fall. Because these missiles gonna kill. They gonna kill everything on 2 feet in Babylon. Shit. If it's in Babylon, when these missiles start to fall, it's a wrap. They're going to be cooked. Men, women, children, babies, young women, animals, everything is going to be burned up. This is what's coming once those missiles are shot off, man. Verse 19 tells us what? Verse 19, in Babylon, which is America, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Now you can go back to Genesis and read about how Sodom and Gomorrah was taken out. How was it taken out? It was taken out by fire and brimstone raining down from the heavens, completely destroying Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities. This is the fate of America. That's how this place goes out. See, this time the fire and brimstone is going to rain from the heavens in the form of nuclear warheads. And this is why you're hearing about so much ICBM talk in the news. You see? All this is spiritual, man. All this is prophetic. All this is happening to fulfill the Most High's will. America will suffer the same fate as Sodom and Gomorrah, man. And once again, this is a relationship that's going to do it. This relationship between the U.S. and Israel is going to lead up to America suffering the same fate as Sodom and Gomorrah. Fire and brimstone raining from the heavens. It goes on to say, verse 13. Now this precepts to what we just read in Jeremiah 50. What does it say? Verse 20. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. You see that? This place is going to be a complete desolation, a desert, a dry land in the wilderness, just like we read in Jeremiah 50. No one will ever come up over here, no heathen coming over here to set up shop. You see, making money, no, all that shit is going to be over with once this place is burned up. No one will ever step foot to inhabit this land ever again. It's going to be a monument, a memorial of what happens when you rebel against the Almighty God, Yahweh. The Most High is going to make an example out of this place. You see, that's what's coming. Now, verse 21 tells us what? But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures. And owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. That's what's going to inhabit this land after it finishes burning, after that long period of time. You see, desert creatures. It tells us that in Revelation 18, showing you the old and the new go hand in hand, because Revelation 18 prophesies of the complete downfall and destruction of America. This is the fate of Babylon. This is how it ends for this place. It doesn't have another 25 years, another 40 years, another 500 years. No. America's time is winding down. It's coming to an end. You see? And this shit right here, this is going to lead to the end of Babylon. Matter of fact, that's going to be the thumbnail right there. Them two niggas right there, man. You see, that's what it's going to lead to. You see? Now, what does it tell us in verse 22, Isaiah 13? And the wild beasts of the island shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. Her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. America's days have been numbered. There has always, ever since its inception, America had an expiration date. And this place is about to expire. You see? And it ends with what? Complete hell breaking loose in this land. Everywhere you look is going to be goddamn chaos, anarchy, and lawlessness, as is laid out in prophecy. They're going to come with that MOTB, which is the RFID CHIP, and also that Neuralink or any type of brain computer interface. They're going to force it upon society in the state of Israel. Is going to draw all the nations into World War III with all this bullshit that they're doing. And in the midst of World War III, the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to return, missiles are going to be fired off, and America is going to be completely and utterly destroyed, suffering the same fate as Sodom and Gomorrah before it. Her days shall not be prolonged, man. This is the end of Babylon the Great, and this is what it's always been from the beginning. And it's not gonna. There's no other outcome. You see, there's no way around it. It's inevitable. You see, America is going to be destroyed. Thus saith the Bible. Thus saith Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah. So with that, man, I'm going to end it by giving all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah Bahasham Rakakwadash. And double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful elect Akim out there, pushing this word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah has created us to do. With that, I'm going to say Shalom, Wa, Abba, Babal.